everyone, Scott, or the Scottman, and we are here to do a driving video today. We are, as you can tell, not in Michigan because you don't have hills or mountains this tall in the state of Michigan. We are in southern Tennessee right now. We're going west on Interstate 24. I'm heading out to Nashville. I'm going to be spending the next day and a half there before I eventually make my way back up to the frozen tundra I call Michigan. The reason why I say that, although it's not the coldest state right now, well, in fact, their temperatures were around the same as Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge this morning, because that's where I came from today. So it was like in the low 50s Fahrenheit, or just a little bit around above 10 or 11 degrees Celsius. And here it's in the mid-60s right now, but back at home, it's gotten cooler throughout the day. In fact, I believe it's supposed to be in the mid-30s when I go back home on Sunday. But it's supposed to get cooler here too, but not like how it is in the north. Yeah, and the crazy thing is, I thought I saw a thing at the temperature for like Fargo, North Dakota right now. I don't know about right now, but maybe for like the high for today was supposed to be like 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Kind of hard to believe when I'm down here in Tennessee and I have a short sleeve shirt on. But yeah, I wanted to film this stretch of I-24 just because there are quite a bit of mountains around us. And as we get closer to Nashville, we're not going to see as many mountains, but we will, like I'd say the next 15-20 miles or so. So I figure, why not show something on the road? Because with the driving videos, it's one thing I haven't done as much last year in comparison to like the previous year, 2017. Is that, yeah, I felt like I've done less driving videos. In fact, I have a fan of mine who always asks me, like, especially when I haven't uploaded one of these type of videos in a while, it's like, when's your next driving video? It's like the good news is that I'm usually able to say, great news, about another week or two, or in fact, I think one time I was like, it's the next video, hooray! Man, people do enjoy them, and I enjoy filming these too. Because yeah, all I do is just mount my GoPro to the dashboard, hit the record button, and just talk away and enjoy the nice drive. And they're usually pretty easy to edit, although the one I filmed in Toronto in that big traffic jam / parking lot on the 401, I had to spend a little bit more time editing that one just because I did not want an hour-long video. So I had to speed things up, find some music to play. You get the drill. But yeah, it's like, yeah, this video is going to be going up in, I'd say like the middle, at least the middle part of January, if not a little bit later in the month, in 2019. It's hard to believe I'm saying that, and today is technically 2018 still. It's December the 28th. But yeah, 2018 has been quite an amazing year. Mostly great things have happened this past year. I've had a couple of downers though in the year, but I feel like everybody usually has something like that. Like, you never know when a curveball might come your way, and then you just have to rebound and get back on that pogo stick. But yeah, matter of fact, I've already uploaded a 2018 year in review video. Although it's a little weird that I filmed that just because it's excluding this Tennessee trip I've been doing. So So because of the fact I could take random trips around the holidays like this, I'm kind of thinking that for starting in 2019, at the end of every year, I'm probably not going to do a year in review anymore. However, I still want to do like a special thank you and shout out at the end of the year, like thanking all you guys for one, and of course some close friends and people I've gotten to know through my travel channel, either in person and or just getting to know on the internet. Yeah, I want to keep doing that at least at the end of every year, but I'm not sure if I'll continue with the year in review video, just because like it completely misses this entire trip. But yeah, the trip's been pretty nice so far. It's like I've been able to go to both Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. Well, Pigeon Forge, I just stayed at my hotel there. I didn't do anything in Pigeon Forge itself, where Dollywood is located, but I did go to Gatlinburg for a few hours. Got to walk around the city. There wasn't really a lot to do, which sparked my interest, just because some of the things I wanted to do, like go on some of those chairlifts, they were closed yesterday because of very strong winds. Which, yeah, pretty much a bummer, but still cool to walk around and get some views along the river that's there. And then today I got to spend a few hours in Chattanooga, and I wish I would have dedicated an entire day to Chattanooga. But I did get to walk around downtown, walk across the Tennessee River, and try a moon pie for the first time, which they're out of Chattanooga. They're really good. They're not good for you, but when you're on a trip like this, it's like, who cares? And I got to go up to Lookout Mountain, took the Lookout Mountain Incline Railway up to the top. Unfortunately, it was still foggy at the top, so I couldn't get really any views. I think things would have cleared out by now, but there's a spectacular view of downtown Nashville I want to get to right before sunset. I should be able to get there in time unless I run into a traffic jam going into Nashville. It's be a great photography spot, especially since I'll be looking at Nashville toward the northeast. Yeah, from the southwest toward the northeast, and there'll be still hopefully a little bit of sunlight going onto the buildings. We'll wait and see. I've only driven through Nashville before. I've never actually visited it until later today. But yeah, I should be able to get there in time too. Wait, what was I trying to say? Oh yeah, so then do that, get some dinner, and I probably just check into my hotel, although I might drive through downtown Nashville, because tomorrow I'm going to be spending the entire day in the city of Nashville. I'll be in the downtown area. I'm going to check out the Country Music Hall of Fame, and at the same time go to some of the areas that are not as frequented by the tourists. There's a couple areas that I want to check out, which look pretty cool. So I figure spice up the video a little bit with some more hidden gems. Especially because the Country Music Hall... no, that came out wrong. Especially because the Country Music Hall of Fame, I won't be able to film inside there. I can take pictures, so I'll probably share a few in my Nashville vlog, but... oh well. Yeah, this is going to be a very pretty stretch right up ahead. We're going into the mountains now. Look at all the really cool rocky cliffs. And as you can tell, it rained a lot this morning and last night. So yeah, I got pretty lucky with the weather, because it rained all night last night, and then it rained on my drive from Pigeon Forge over to Chattanooga. just as I was getting close to Chattanooga, the rain let up. So really fortunate. And the weather's supposed to be beautiful tomorrow. It's going to be chilly. It's going to be in the upper 40s tomorrow, but it's going to be very sunny. Although there might be some clouds coming in the afternoon. But the rest of the trip, except maybe the drive back, should be dry. So you can't go wrong with that. But yeah, I've got to see a lot of Tennessee so far. In my life overall. This trip's my first time in eastern Tennessee because I've never been east of Nashville. Because yeah, I remember my parents and I moved back up to Michigan from Texas in 1997. Like that was around my 9th birthday. It's like we drove up from Houston to Detroit and we went through Nashville. But I've also I've been to Memphis before. I have not vlogged Memphis at all, but I had to go there a couple times for work. And got to enjoy some very delicious barbecue there. Got the dry rub ribs there. They're good. If I get a chance to go to Memphis again, I'll have to film some of the food there. Day or so really contributed to that. But yeah, I'm so glad I decided to film this. This is incredible. Like for anybody who's going to Nashville from Atlanta, like that, it's like, got some impressive views here. In fact, yeah, I should try to get to Atlanta sometime too. I won't be able to on this trip, but although for Atlanta, just because of how easy flights are to and from or between Detroit and Atlanta, I probably will. I almost would prefer to fly there. Just because it takes pretty much about an entire day to drive from the Detroit area to the Atlanta metro, and then another day back. Camera, I didn't film any of it, but instead of taking the freeway directly from Chattanooga to where I am now, I took a little scenic route further down on I-29, and then I briefly drove into Georgia, although I-24 goes into Georgia briefly too. But I also got to go into Alabama very briefly. Until just a little bit ago, I'd never been in the state of Alabama. Although I need to go visit it properly, though. Go like to Birmingham or Tuscaloosa, etc. But yeah, as as of right now, I have been to 34 states. I added 2 more today because I had never been in the state of Georgia or Alabama. When I did go into Georgia, it was just before it was just a flight layover when I was coming back from St. Augustine. In fact, that trip's almost a year ago. Is that a flight from Jacksonville back up to Detroit, and I had a layover in Atlanta. And when it comes to states or countries visited, I count driving through them, but I don't count flight layovers. Just because of the flight layovers, especially with other countries, if all you do is if you're just at an airport, you technically never go through like passport control, really. So it's like, what's cool is now I can count Georgia since I was able to drive through it. Alright, we've reached the top. Kind of wish they'd show the elevation that we're at right now. Because they do that a lot in Colorado, and in fact, when I've driven on I-24 in West Virginia, they do that as well there. Good, 5% grade. How about that? Could probably go around. Speed limit's 55 on these ascents and descents around in here, but they're not even going 55, so I can, in fact, people behind me aren't going too fast either, so yeah, this is really awesome. Yeah, right now I don't even have the foot on my gas pedal, and it's already starting to increase my speed a little bit. Can't see it from this video, but got a pretty view of the valley below to the right. Good, another little waterfall. Better hit the brakes here. Got a sharp curve here. Trees are kind of in the way, but got some nice scenery up ahead. But yeah, I'll be taking this about several more miles, and then we'll conclude the video. See things starting to flatten out a little bit as you look out to the northwest, or especially the northwest. Okay, it's like I get over, but there's a car coming that's coming or about to come by, and is a lot faster than what I was going. Friday as I'm recording this video, and I have to go back to work already in 5 days. So I can't believe that my holiday vacation is a little bit more than half over already. I'd say the first half of the vacation was kind of like a staycation, just because I was primarily home, especially with it being Christmas. So yeah, didn't really go anywhere. Although I filmed a couple of driving videos around the Detroit area. And then the second half is pretty much just this little road trip. And then the last 2 days of the break will be New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and I'm just gonna take things easy before I go back to work. In fact, this is where I'm going to get ready to conclude the video. I've been filming for quite a while already. So yeah, that was really cool. Definitely one of my favorite driving videos I've done so far. Although my favorite, although it wasn't filmed the entire stretch, was still that mountain driving I was doing between Mostar and Sarajevo, Bosnia Herzegovina. That was absolutely beautiful. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this driving video here in I-24. If you want to watch more of my driving videos, have you click on the video link on the left side of the screen. So thank you for watching this driving video here on I-24. Going through the mountains here in Tennessee, or southern Tennessee, and this is Scott, the Scottman, signing out.